conceptualizing yourself is that you're one speck of dust among 7 billion. And when you conceptualize yourself that way, you might think, well, what difference does it make what I say or do? And that's actually quite convenient for you, because if it doesn't matter what you say or do, then you don't have any responsibility and you can do whatever you want. The price you pay for that is a bit of nihilism, but if you don't have to shoulder any responsibility, that's a small price to pay. The other way of looking at it, and this is actually the accurate way of looking at it, is that you're in a network. You're a node in a network. You can do a little bit of arithmetic very rapidly and just figure out how powerful you are. You know 1,000 people. You know 1,000 people. They know 1,000 people. They know 1,000 people. That means that you're one person away from 1 million people and 2 persons away from 1 billion people. And you're the center of that network. And now the way networks work is that information propagates in a network manner. So don't underestimate the power of your speech. Don't underestimate the power of truth. There's nothing more powerful. Tell the truth. 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 Or at least don't lie. That's a start. Tell the truth. 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 Or at least don't lie. That's a start. Now, in order to speak what you might regard as the truth, you have to let go of the outcome. You have to think, I'm going to say what I think, stupid as I am, biased as I am, ignorant as I am. I'm going to state what I think as clearly as I can, and I'm going to live with the consequences no matter what they are. Now, the reason you think that, that's an element of faith. The idea is that nothing brings a better world into being than the stated truth. Now, you might have to pay a price for that, but that's fine. You're going to pay a price for every bloody thing you do and everything you don't do. You don't get to choose to not pay a price. You get to choose which poison you're going to take. That's it. So if you're going to stand up for something, stand up for your truth. It'll shape you because people will respond and object and tell you why you're a fool and a biased moron, why you're ignorant. And then if you listen to them, you'll be just that much less like that the next time you say something. And if you do that for 5 years, you'll be so damn tough and articulate and able to communicate and withstand pressure that you won't even recognize yourself. And then you'll be a force to contend with. Tell the truth. 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 Or at least don't lie. That's a start. Tell the truth. 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 Or at least don't lie. That's a start. It's almost impossible to provide people with enough protection so that they feel safe to speak. Okay, so we'll address that directly. It is not safe to speak, and it never will be. The thing you got to keep in mind is that it's even less safe not to speak, right? It's a balance of risk. You want to pay the price for being who you are, for stating your mode of being in the world, or do you want to pay the price for being a bloody serf, a one that's enslaved him or herself? Well, that's a major price, man. That thing unfolds over decades, and you'll just be a miserable worm at the end of about 20 years of that. No self-respect, no power, no ability to voice your opinions, nothing left but resentment because everyone's against you. It's like, say what you think carefully. Pay attention to your words. Say what you think carefully. Pay attention to your words. It's a price you want to pay if you are willing to believe that truth is the cornerstone of society. In the most real sense. If you're willing to take that leap, then tell the truth and see what happens. Tell the truth. 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 Or at least don't lie. That's a start. Tell the truth. 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 Or at least don't lie. That's a start. Nothing better could possibly happen to you. There'll be ups and downs, and there'll be pushback, and there'll be controversy and all of that, but it doesn't matter. The truth is what redeems the world from hell. And that's thing from it. It's like, wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
All right. Hello, everybody. What is going on? It's the progress report back once again. Elijah. All right. Hello, everybody. Oh, I'm hearing myself. Mute that. Elijah has not joined yet, but he did message me a couple hours ago, so he should be here soon, I would think. Couple of quick announcements. So I got a little bit of a frog in my throat. Do the announcements here. I'm sure he'll be here in a minute. If not, we'll just start the video. So the progress report, of course, we're going to be watching a trimmed down, curated version of You Can't Stop Progress. If you're looking for the full, raw, uncut version of You Can't Stop Progress, you can find it on Odyssey, BitChute, Rumble, and Cozy TV. The streams are live on Odyssey, Cozy, and Rumble now. And then the replays are there, although the replays on Cozy are only up for 7 days, I believe. So that's where you can find the full version of the show, the non-commentary version. And if you'd like to support the show, you can head over to ihypocrite.net, make a pledge, a monthly pledge. There's also a subscription. I have Power Chat now, which is like a super chat thing. And there is a subscription feature there. So I just want people to know that if you use the subscription feature on Power Chat, I will add that to the kind of like the goal tracking that I use on ihypocrite.net. Okay, guest still not here. Not sure what's going on. Like I said, I talked to him a couple hours ago. Gave him the link and everything. He messaged me 90 minutes ago and said epic. So I guess he's just running late. I will just start the show then. We'll just start the show. What else are you going to do? What's going on, people in the chat? Jack says, wow, I just joined an e-bag. Yeah, that's right. It's called, we do a little e-bagging. It's called, that's how we keep the lights on. All right, let's start the show.
And it's like, oh my gosh, my surgery's better than yours, blah, blah, blah. And which is just like, I don't know, kind of bullshit.
So I would think you probably get a lot of straight males that'll approach you out in the street.
No, I only date straight men.
Oh,
I would,
right?
yeah, because I mean, you have to think of it this way. I transitioned to be a female, not to be a gay man.
I hear what you're saying, but I think of it this way. You are a man. And so if a man dates you, he's not straight. Isn't that what the word pansexual means? They never actually define it as a willingness to date a trans person, but that's literally all it means, right? Because you have straight, so you date people of the opposite sex. By the way, sex is the operative word there. It's not you date people of the opposite gender. Then you have bisexual, which is you date either of the two sexes, two sexes, right? And then you have pansexual, which is like, what does that mean? It means, I'll date both sexes and I don't care if you're trans. That's what that means. So that's how I look at it. Oh, I just got a message from Elijah, and it says that he actually had sent this like 7 minutes ago. I just saw it, but said he's running a little bit late. Okay. No worries.
You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I mean, I
I know what you mean, but it doesn't make sense.
feel like that's like the biggest unknown thing when it comes to dating a trans woman. They're like, well, am I gay? I'm like, well, what the fuck am I? A man or a woman?
You're a man.
Yes, I was biologically a man. I haven't had
Right.
bottom surgery yet.
Exactly.
But
you have a penis, you're biologically a man, your sex is male. Homosexuality is attraction to the opposite sex, or the same sex rather. So my sex is male. If I'm attracted to you, that makes me homosexual. That's just how the math works out on that. All right.
Let me see.
Look who's here. Hello.
Hello. Let me turn you up real fast in my ear real quickly.
Yeah. Wow. You got a producer for doing guest spots? That's
No,
wild.
I just produce my own thing. That's my
Oh,
own.
okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Looking ripped, man. No homo. No homo. But have you been working out? You just walked away. That's okay.
identify as a female, and that's on my birth
Bro,
certificate.
yes, homo.
Oh, you heard
Dude,
that?
getting jacked, bro.
Yeah. How's it going, man?
I can't hear you now. What happened?
Check, one, check.
It's on my license that I'm a female.
Okay, but in your pants you have a penis, so it's a little bit of a kind of a trump card, if you know what I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, can you talk real fast?
Yeah, check one, check two. You hear that?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm gonna
Nice.
just put on some headphones because this is a little quiet. Give me a second.
Okay. Guys in the chat, am I coming through quiet? I'm kind of usually a little bit closer to the mic, but got a new chair. And my new chair is broken. It's not properly assembled. I have to take it apart and put it back together again. Well, I'll just
Fuck yeah. All right, I'm good now. Oh fuck.
Did you spill?
Yeah, it's just coffee. You got me something? All right.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's the jive. Bro, dude, so how have you been, man?
Pretty good, yeah. Pretty good. Can't complain.
Let me see if I can get this full screen.
We're just working out the working out the new setup. You have all three chat. I have every chat open except for Rumble because I'm assuming nothing is happening there, although I probably should.
Are we
have it
live
open.
right now?
Oh yeah, we're live.
All right. Well, we're super live.
We're super live.
I did not mean to spill coffee all over my pants, but I do like to join every live stream by first and foremost spilling my coffee all over my lap and on the floor of my studio. And what a great way to start the chat.
Yeah, damn.
The wife's getting me some freaking paper towels to wipe all the coffee stains off of my chair. But let's get into this, dude. What's up, man? How have you been?
Yeah, so I've been pretty good. I'm getting sued over a tweet, and that's been kind of stressful. We're sort of like, it feels like we have to put our whole life on pause, not like make any purchases, not do, because we don't know if we're going to end up owing $100,000 when this is all over. You know what I mean? So So that's happening. But other than that, things are pretty good, really.
So basically what I'm getting from this, I was talking to, do you know who Drew Hernandez is?
Yes.
Drew called me tonight and he goes, "Hey, how are you doing?" And I go, I'm doing pretty good, other than the fact that, I have my entire life against trillion-dollar tech companies. That if I go onto YouTube, they siphon away my subscribers that I've worked half a decade to go. I go onto Instagram and I don't even post anything for 2 days, and they'll just delete hundreds of people. I go onto Twitter and there's a purge going on right now. You lose 10,000 that took months to build. I go, I mean, personal stuff aside, even if I had all my shit in the world together and there was no issues at all, we still have trillion-dollar national global tech corporations that are siding with communist global elites and pedophiles that want to destroy not only our lives, but they want to rape our children as well. So there is that small hurdle. Other than that, life's pretty good. So I see life's going well for all of us.
Yeah. Well, it turns out Musk is buying Twitter now, so maybe that'll help with one of those platforms.
Dude, did you see that? What's his name? His total homo, dude. What I saw, I was laughing because he was like Ben Collins. You know who Ben Collins is from NBC News?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, well, he looks like this to your followers, and I loved how he put this genuinely serious tweet out. For those of you asking, yes, I do think the site can and will change pretty dramatically if Musk gets full control over it. No, there is no immediate replacement. And he goes on to say, like, if Musk is really taking this site private, there are no real guardrails anymore. Rulemaking can be capricious. And it's like, first of all, I had to respond in a very nice way, said, have you thought about making your own platform? Just a good suggestion. Secondly, you're afraid social media is going to be capricious in their rulemaking? For who, motherfucker? For you? It's been like that for us for years now. And then people like you still get sued and all this stuff happens. It's like, welcome to the Hunger Games, my friend. This is what life is like as somebody who's a free thinker on the internet. Not even right wing, just somebody who wants to laugh, even make jokes. It's a lot of bullshit.
Yeah. Of course, you can't ever really reason with those people. Like if you try to tell them there's like a bias against conservatives, they'll just deny it. They'll just straight up deny it. Which is so then at that point, it's like, why even bother talking? It's like you're talking to somebody who will tell you the sky's not blue,
Yeah. Wait. What happened? Okay, so multi-trillion-dollar tech companies aside, I know everything else in my life is always going perfectly, and I heard that something else perfect is going on in your life. You have $100,000 lawsuit, which God knows everyone's got another $100,000 laying around in some shell account in the Cayman Islands. How is someone trying to extort you? What's going on?
So I tweeted, you could call it a meme, I guess. It's really just two pictures next to each other, but one of them, this is kind of a long story, but I'll try to tell it. Yeah, I'll try to tell it quick. So there's this girl who was in a porno film, and one of the screenshots was from that, although she's not naked in the screenshot. She's fully clothed. It's like the interview from the start of the video. And she DMCA'd my tweet because it's a long story, but she owns the copyright to the video because have you heard of Girls Do Porn? Have you heard of that story?
I've heard of girls doing porn. Lots of them.
There was like a website called Girls Do Porn, and
that like OnlyFans, or is that just like is that a real website?
It was a more traditional porn site, but they got in trouble for sex trafficking because they were lying to the girls.
Ooh, what is that lie? Without being too graphic for YouTube live audience, how is this like Martha's Vineyard? There's going to be free work on an island lying, or is this like we're giving you a free bus ride, but the bus ride has a toll they're lying about? Because that would be illegal.
They decided it was illegal in the criminal trials. Basically they were saying to the girls, we'll fly you to LA for modeling work. And then when the girls got to LA, they took them to a hotel room and said, it's a porn video. And then they said, but we're not going to upload it to the internet. So don't worry about that. And then they did upload it to the internet.
So this is already a bad start. This is the second live stream I've been on since I've gone independent, and already this is second live stream, porn has been brought up. So this is horrible though, that someone's doing this. So
Yeah.
somebody does this. They're
all in jail now, except for one guy who's hiding in Fiji or something.
Okay, so they lied to people, manipulated them, this is a great. I spilled coffee, and we get right into this. How does this affect you, though? I'm confused.
Okay, so one of these girls, she got hired at this tech company or crypto platform, really, Celsius. Have you heard of Celsius? They recently went bankrupt.
Yes.
She got hired at this company and given a job where she was managing a $300 million portfolio, and she was written up in Forbes for the 30 under 30 because she was like 24 years old when she got this big job at Celsius. And so the thing that I posted in one of the pictures, it's her write up in Forbes, and in the other picture, it's her pre-porn shoot interview where she's talking about how she doesn't know what she's studying in school, but she thinks it's business or something. Tee basically. So that was
wait.
like,
So is to clarify. So is this from the videos that from the website where the people were trafficked?
yes.
So why did we have this? Why did you put? Well, what was the posting about, or why was that in the meme?
Okay, so first of all, I didn't know about the sex trafficking when I posted this.
Okay, so you didn't know any of that. Like that's very
Right.
important factors. You had no
Well,
clue that there was a criminal.
Right, but
at
I'm not
all.
even sure if that would matter because the point of the posting is to tell people that you have this girl who did porn and now she's managing your money and she's maybe not qualified to do that. That was the point of the posting.
But I mean, the big factor would be if you knew that, because obviously if you knew that, then you probably wouldn't have posted the meme, because then like she obviously got coerced into it, which then it would be like a whole criminal thing that was happening. And then is that what she's getting you on the lawsuit? Is that like you're making light of her criminal or like the whole sex trafficking case?
Well, so
what is the issue?
I did the second time I posted it. I did know about the whole story the second time.
But why did you post it?
Because so the second time I posted it, it was a throwback to, because this was when Celsius had gone bankrupt, and I was reminding people this was the same company that was involved in this other scandal where they were putting probably unqualified people into certain positions.
So just skipping ahead then. I didn't know any of this background. I didn't know any of this was going on.
It's all good, man.
So you're just getting sued for like $100,000 for, so you posted this meme and they're suing you for $100,000?
Well, no, I just threw out $100,000 because I don't know what it's going to cost. I have no idea. It's up to like the judge can decide what kind of damages he wants to award and legal costs and stuff like that. Like I was including like I was just like throwing out a random number of what it might end up costing me. I really have no idea. It could be a lot more than that potentially.
Dude, well, I know with a lot of legal stuff, it can be really messy. You see with Alex Jones going on too with the libel stuff that's happening in Tennessee or Connecticut and everything like that. I mean, I think what's really scary is
just
sometimes,
to be clear though, before we get off, I just want to make something really clear. I didn't break any laws, and so nothing I did was illegal. And what I'm being sued for is copyright infringement.
Oh. Dude,
Yeah,
you made this seem like way okay. You had me scared here for a second. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah,
what is this lawsuit?
I can tell you're.
I was freaking out. I'm going, what happened here? And you're getting for copyright infringement.
Yes, it's a copyright lawsuit.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't get into law, because my head went to I went like down this dark road, like, oh my
like it was
gosh.
some kind of revenge porn thing or something.
No, like maybe they were getting you on some horrible like thing like that. And I'm going, oh shit, this is like,
and again, she's not naked in the thing that I posted. It's not like I was posting a pornographic image or anything like that. She's fully clothed, sitting on a bed.
okay. So, and they're getting you for copyright infringement?
Yes, they're suing me for copyright infringement.
I'll be honest, the world is more confusing now to me than it was 10 minutes ago. I'm more confused. Like, it's like somebody being like, hey, so So guess what? I accidentally walked out. I put a ring on my finger at the jewelry store and I walked out and I forgot I hadn't put it back. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, and the cops showed up and they're citing me for misdemeanor hate speech violation because they said that I called the person at the front a sir when it was a transgender and really a man. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. At least we're there. At least so. But this is what I'm saying. What's crazy to me though about these lawsuits is like, yeah, you didn't break any laws, but even like Alex Jones, I don't really know what laws Alex Jones broke, but he's still getting these massive penalties and these civil.
Well, he's getting sued for defamation, right?
Right.
Because he claimed that the parents of those kids who got shot were faking the whole thing, which you know, I could see how that would be considered defamation if that's not true.
Yeah.
So I have a few people in my chat who will absolutely swear up and down that the whole thing was fake, but I'm not convinced on that one. I'm not necessarily buying the Sandy Hook conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know people who believe that as well. I'm not. I've never heard anything convincing, and I do have a friend who's brought up. I don't want to get your stream pulled, but you know, I know a lot of people who think a lot of things, right? I mean, there are people who think that I've met people who thought that Obama was the Antichrist, and so I genuinely realize people have views, and sometimes the views that seem crazy are not crazy, right? But I have heard the evidence, and I just go, you know, I've seen some of these issues, these discrepancies, and things that you've showed on the report from the coroner versus this person, etc. And I'm unlike YouTube, I'm totally okay to like watch and listen to every type of explanation.
Yeah.
I don't find that weird to just investigate, but I think somewhat of the obsession with it, like to me, is like, okay, even if you were correct and you were right, which I'm not convinced personally. What do you do now if you were right?
Yeah.
Because that's just like a canary in the coal mine. They'll just try to take you down for that. It's a good thing you didn't say anything. You never say anything about that, right? You're not having lawsuits for that?
No defamation lawsuits or anything. Just the one copyright lawsuit. Have you ever been sued?
No.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's my first time. So, but are you able to see the StreamYard there from where you're sitting? Are you able to see the video that I have pulled up?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
It looks like isn't this the guy? Is he, I forget which country he's from, but he's like the based politician guy, right?
Yeah, I want to say, I'm not sure. I think it might be like Denmark. I'm actually not sure either. I researched some of these clips, but not everyone. But can we watch this clip?
100, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was like in the beginning, I was shocked. I didn't know your life was in such peril, and so I'll be praying for you, man. And I honestly didn't know that. But let's listen to some based politicians.
Yeah, let's check this out.
Hele generaties Europeanen werden zodoende onderwezen door Marxisten, of ze nu pro-Sovjet of pro-Mao waren. Een goed voorbeeld is St. Anthony's College in Oxford, waar Sigrid Kaag haar MPhil heeft gedaan. En wat weinig meer is in feite dan een opleidingsinstituut voor westerse geheime diensten. Dat wil dus zeggen voor precies de globalistische elites die achter de schermen onze levens willen plannen.
One thing that strikes me just watching this video is the ratio of women. There's a lot of women in this political gathering here.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of foreign governments have quotas, from my understanding, though, too. Like they want, because we have racial quotas, but like there's not so many black people like in Denmark. So the only quota they're going to have is with women.
We hebben de afspraak gemaakt. Het gaat niet over de persoon. De minister is hier aanwezig als minister van Financiën. Het gaat er helemaal niet over waar zij gestudeerd heeft. Dus ik vind ook een soort complot over waar ze gestudeerd heeft, vind ik echt niet gepast. Nee, ik wil er ook niet over discussiëren. U gaat gewoon verder met uw betoog. Ja, u gaat verder.
St. Anthony's College staat bekend als de Spy College in Oxford.
U gaat verder.
En dat is waar de Britse geheime dienst mensen recruteerde. Dat is een gegeven, dat is een feit.
I don't really know who this guy is, but I would vote for him just on physiognomy.
Yeah, he looks like a Chad. I've never.
Chad. No,
I don't look that good. Yeah, that's he's got an expensive suit. I'm pretty happy with. But no, this is the guy that warned about the jabs. He warned about the lockdowns. I'm pretty sure this is the same dude. Have you seen this guy before?
No, this is my first video of him that I've seen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like this super based young dude who has been fighting against the lockdowns and everything for a while. I might be wrong. Maybe the chat knows, but I've seen some pretty like incredible takedowns of these politicians from the dude.
Someone in the chat says that he's on Twitter and he's based.
Kan iedereen opzoeken.
Ja.
En het laat zien hoe verbonden het marxisme was met de deep state. Al decennia en nog steeds.
U rondt af, meneer Baudet.
Nou, die mensen dus die nu weglopen.
Ja,
die mensen, de erfgenamen van deze misdadige ideologie. Die de Franse en Russische revoluties heeft veroorzaakt. Een ideologie die zich transformeerde tot cultureel marxisme in de tweede helft van de 20e eeuw. Die mensen hebben de agenda van het moderne globalisme bepaald. En ik kan niet begrijpen waarom de leden van het kabinet nu weglopen. Het is een feit dat Sigrid Kaag aan St. Anthony's College in Oxford heeft gestudeerd. En het is ook een feit dat dit een perfect voorbeeld is van de verbondenheid van geheime diensten, marxisme en de recrutering van mondiale...
There's no way that's a real language he's speaking.
I think that's legit. That's not Danish, is that? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's Netherlands because it's a .nl website that they're showing on there.
Yeah, I'm not so familiar, but it's got to be real. And also he has to be speaking. Anytime like politicians scramble like that, you know somebody is speaking the truth. Like if you're honest on the fact of where monkeypox comes from, that'll trigger people immediately to leave the room.
Yeah. What was I going to say? I forget.
Ik schors de vergadering even voor een moment.
Oh, I got to.
Oh, geez, this one. Have you seen this one?
No.
Okay, so the full video for this is about 6 minutes. I trimmed it down to like 2 minutes here. Yeah, let's just give it a watch.
Warn that this is kind of disturbing. So I was working at a homeless shelter, and it was lunchtime. And this one guy, he comes in and he goes up to the guy serving the food and he asks, "Hey, what's for lunch?" And the guy says, "Oh, it's written on the board." And the guy, he gets upset and, he says, "Oh, well, it's written in the book for you, white devil." And me and my coworkers, we hear this and we're like, "Yo, you can't be talking to people like that, man." And he just kind of...
Okay, I skipped ahead here. I'll just give a quick recap of what happens. So they kick the guy out of the like homeless shelter or whatever. He goes to the lockers to get his stuff, comes out with 2 swords and starts hacking up the dude, screaming white devil at him. And he also, like all the other guys, all the other coworkers were black. So he's like the only like white dude working in this homeless shelter. And a black dude hacked him up with swords while yelling white devil at him.
I don't know why, but eventually he stops. And, my coworkers were there right beside me as he's doing this. And, he ends up leaving. I don't know why I'm alive to this day. I've been in the hospital for 3.5 weeks now. I can't really move my arms or my legs. I can move my left one a little bit, but not my hands. And I got pins holding my bones together. And I've lost all independence, man. I'm just lying here in bed 24/7. I need help washing up. I need help eating. I need help taking a shit. Everything. And, I'm lucky to have my family, my friends, even my coworkers by my side. Everybody's helping me out. But I'm tired. Tired of this. Thankfully, it's just temporary. I've had a lot of surgeries, and that's why I'm able to move my left arm again. I can move my left leg a little bit. And hopefully in time, they say I'll be able to walk again. I should be able to move around, but, you know, who knows if I'll ever be 100%, but...
As millions.
So that's wild. Now, I looked into this story, and there's kind of a surprise twist to it, which is that guy was a school shooter, the white guy.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in 2004, yeah, I'll
This has
tell
been the
you.
craziest. This has been the craziest live stream I've ever been on, dude. In my entire life, we went like I'm gonna tell. I just want everyone watching to know this. I have never been less able to predict anything. Like I was like, "There's a lawsuit," and he's like, "And here's the catch." I'm like, "Oh shit!" And then here's the real catch. It's infringement of copyright. I'm like, "What?" And then it's like, "And here's a guy who got attacked by black people." But he's a school shooter. Like, huh? And then there's just like a gay priest on the screen while we're talking about this.
Yeah. So in 2004, that dude brought a shotgun to his high school. He was going to shoot it up. And I remember seeing this video a while ago. It was either like the principal or the gym teacher or something like tackled him and took the gun away. And he went to jail for like 15 years or something. I don't think he didn't kill anybody. But then he got out of jail, and now he's been like trying to atone. So that's why he's working in a homeless shelter, because he's trying to like atone for what he did. And then the dude came in and called him the White Devil and hacked him up with a sword.
Okay, I'm so sorry for laughing. This is just one of the. This is my second live stream back in a while, and I did not disappoint. The internet has not left me any disappointments. Let's slow down this story for a moment. And number one, okay, number one. Sorry, there's so much to unpack here. Number one, this guy is a potential school shooter. He goes to prison for 1.5 decades, a crazy amount of time. Okay. So this guy's had a tough life. He's obviously mentally disturbed in high school, like many people are, genuinely having a difficult time. He's not really trying to be a school shooter because he lets someone take the gun from him. He's crying out for help and attention, and he gets it. He goes to prison. And I hate this arc with men who think they have to like atone through physical labor or something like that. Like he's like, I'm going to work at a homeless shelter, which I'm not sure how many jobs you could get 15 years in prison, which is really sad, our whole system. And he works to atone, and then some brother pulls out like swords, which am I missing where the swords came in? How did we get the swords in the picture?
They were like in his locker.
So they just like let him bring the swords into the.
Yeah, and he was like dual wielding, according to the story.
And he attacked. So he was filled with the demon of Bethim, and then attacked a white man for his skin. The white man has a phone, makes a viral TikTok, and that's what we just watched.
Yeah, so I mean, he made that. He's been in the hospital for like I forget. He said exactly. I forget exactly how long, but it was like weeks. He's been in the hospital for weeks at this point.
Well, he said 3 weeks. When was this out? Like a week ago or this week?
It came out this week sometime in the last 7 days or so.
Dude, besides the laugh in the beginning because it's so crazy, I feel so bad for this dude. That's a horrible experience from start to finish when you're just trying to do well. Like this is like a Job story almost. Like this guy's just been screwed over. 15 years for bringing a shotgun to school?
Don't quote me on that. It was I don't know. I was trying to like look through the articles. What's weird is when you look at the news coverage, they don't really mention the racial angle, or they kind of gloss over it. You know, I mean, it says here, I Googled White Devil, and there's only a couple, like man attacked with sword, White Devil. There's only a couple things. I'm not sure if this will say.
Is that what they call a Mizungu?
He got out in 2020, So about 16 years, yeah.
I think that's the African word is a mazungu or something like that. It means like white devil. It's what they like to call white people in Africa. Damn. Where do you get your news? This is I am like, do we help this guy? What do we do? This is really one of the saddest things I've heard in a long time, and I'm not sure how to process this. This is is there a GoFund? I'm not a GoFundMe. Is there like a Give Send Go? Does this guy have like his bills being paid for him? How is this? He's in New York. I mean, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm not really seeing much about that. John Romano.
We're just figuring this out in real time on a live stream. I gotta hand it to you. This is amazing. John.
Oh, they arrested the guy.
He pled not guilty?
Yeah, well, you always plead not guilty. They arrested the guy. I'm not. I don't know anything. I don't know if there's any fundraisers.
Like it's like I thought I've had some tough weeks in my life. Never been arrested for attacking someone with dual wielded swords, calling them a white devil. So I think that guy's in for an interesting. He'll probably get out in like 3 days, with no bail or something like that. They'll be like, well, did he attack a white person? And then they'll say, yeah. What is this?
Yeah. No, it does make you. It makes you grateful, for having your health and stuff like that. Like whatever other problems you got going on in life, at least you're not hacked up by some homeless dude.
Just watched the video trailer of The Little Mermaid. People took to TikTok, and yes, this is I think the 5th week in a row that I've mentioned TikTok. They took to TikTok to.
My priest hasn't mentioned TikTok once in the last 5 weeks. Well, I should say pastor, not priest. I'm not Catholic, but
Record their children watching the trailer for the first time. And it made me cry. Again and again. So did you see them? Yeah. Oh my God. Did you hear their words? What's going on here? For these children of color, they are seeing someone who looks like them in the magical role of a main character.
It's about time.
No, they didn't reason that out, but their child-centered intellect told them. For the first time for some of those kids, they looked into the mirror of the television or the cell phone or the iPad or the computer screen and saw a reflection of their own being.
Honestly, I think it's about time. It's about time we put a black person on in a movie.
Yeah. And like not kill them in the first 8 minutes.
It's been a long time coming.
I know, one of the things I love about this idea of women seeing themselves in movies, like boys will literally of every race will watch Shrek and see Shrek and be like, yo, I see myself. Like that's me. That's me right there. And then girls are like, I need my mermaids to be black. And you're like, bro, I literally watched Megatron. He was an alien semi-truck. And I felt like that I was represented in that movie. I've come to set aside space and time. I was like, hell yeah, Megatron, that's me, and then the girls are like, I need braids. I'm sorry to say this. Have anyone ever seen black hair and moisture? It's not always works well together. And that's just a truthful statement. It's not racist. It's just honest. I've never seen anyone with dreadlocks and braids swimming in the ocean.
Yeah, we had a whole thing a few weeks ago about how black women can't frolic in the rain, and so Drew Barrymore should be ashamed of herself for frolicking in the rain and filming it. And what you're talking about too, I saw a meme like that. It was like the black girl with the black Little Mermaid being like finally or whatever, and then there was like a black boy watching Naruto and being like it's literally me or whatever.
Yeah, did you ever see that one black
people
girl,
love Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. You ever notice that? I love that shit.
I love there's this one mom who tried to do the reaction with her little black daughter. She's a little fat black kid, you know?
Yeah, I saw that.
And and then she's like, what do you think? She goes, Mom, that's not Ariel.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
Ariel's
like, what
white.
happened? Yeah, Ariel's white. It's like, you're right. You're correct, because this is from Europe. And during the time this took place, everyone knows, as Matt Walsh pointed out, scientifically speaking, mermaids were always white. So
yes.
Thank you, Matt, for that one.
Yeah. I don't know. What are they going to think of next? A female superhero or something?
But somebody else said, waiting till you're 65 means you missed the good part. You get the pantsuit part.
I know. And the black shoes and the black pants with the white shirt.
Do you get that one?
Was that Chris Jenner or what's his name? Bruce Jenner? Bruce Jenner. It was Bruce Jenner, right?
Yeah.
What's he doing? Is he chopping anything off recently?
Not to mine. I don't know. I don't follow that closely, but the woman was basically saying that, it's a shame you waited till you're so old because you missed out all the good parts of being a woman or whatever. And then Bruce basically just pointed out that she's old too, although he did it in a funny way. And she had a look on her face. I'll play it. Let's play it one more.
It's never too late to mangle your ding-a-ling,
Yeah. Say what you want about Bruce, but he doesn't take shit from
You
people.
get the pantsuit part.
I know. And the black shoes and the black pants with the white shirt.
That's good.
Well, the way I joined was I needed money. I was struggling. So I contacted
that was my neighbor in LA.
Members to see if he can connect me with someone. And he was like, you know what?
This guy.
I'll help you out. But, there's a test that you got to pass. If you don't pass, I can't help you out after that. So the test was I had to take a package from here to another location here in Texas. And I did. I didn't know that they had already weighed this amount of drugs. So when I got there, they weighed it again, and it was the exact amount that was weighed beforehand. So I passed the test.
Do you think our own government, both at state, local, and national levels, do you think they really have a firm grasp of the full situation of the southern border?
No, they don't. They don't. They can say they do, but they really don't.
And do you think over the next few years, give it 2, 4, do you think cartel impact in the United States is going to grow? Are they going to continue growing?
It's going to grow so much that there will be no way of return, to a point of no return. This country will be pumped so much drugs that they're not going to know what to do.
The mask scratch. It's pretty epic. Who was that?
Who was that?
The point was we weren't supposed to know, right?
Yeah. It's some
All
like
right.
anonymous cartel mule who takes drugs across the border, saying that they're going to pump so much drugs into this country that you won't recognize it.
That didn't happen already?
Well, I know that's exactly what I thought too. Is like the point of no return happened a while ago.
You think it was called the 1980s?
Yeah.
That would have been a good time to be alive, the 80s. Not because of drug use, but I just figured if you had the height of your financial prosperity in an era before cell phones, I just find that to be most ideal. You have enough technology and medical care advancement that you're probably not going to die from some preventable disease, but healthcare is not advanced enough that you're going to get diseases from the healthcare. You know what I'm saying today? And then you would actually just be able to drive, see of sick cars, things to do, cultures at its height or whatever, and you could still avoid people outside of work if you wanted to. So that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, you see videos of like Venice Beach and stuff in the 80s. It looks a lot different. Looks a lot nicer,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah, because
To be
people
honest
couldn't
with
live
you.
vicariously on online scenes, and so you didn't have this sort of morphic worldview where you think you're living, but you're actually just dying in your inside while you like swipe on a screen, and then you're not getting any human interaction. If you wanted to go out, you had to go out. If you wanted to look, if you're a dude and you wanted to look at hot chicks, if you were a chick, you want to look at hot dudes, you had to go somewhere. You know what I mean? Like you had to go out in public.
Well, and the people were arguably hotter, or at least they were a lot less fat.
Well, that's what everybody looks better, not fat. That's just
Yeah,
the truth.
yeah.
I mean, look at who's on the screen. You have the brown
Yes.
M&M.
Speaking of which, this is Lizzo, who is the icon of American culture, playing the 200-year-old crystal flute.
After 2 seconds, 1 second.
I was trying to deliver a package when I encountered a wild Karen.
If you walk up to me, I'll punch the shit out you.
Go ahead.
What are you doing?
You're parking in a handicap
Bro, shut
spot.
up. I'm just delivering packages.
No, you are parked.
Bro, move!
I don't have to. You're on my property
Bro,
now.
if you don't get the fuck out the way, I'll
Come
knock
on.
you the fuck out, bro. Move! What the fuck wrong with you?
Bitch!
This still wins for the craziest live stream I've been on in a very long time. I am. The clips they were not together, but I think that we've all known this is that the liberal women are out of control. They really are. Well, or the Karens are of all races, creeds, and political affiliations, I think.
Yeah, well, both in that last clip, both women come across bad. So you got like some kind of like delivery driver, and the other one comes out as like, you parked in the handicap zone, which first of all, don't park in the handicap zone. But also you don't have to be like a massive bitch about it. But then also don't assault the person just because she's calling you out for parking in a handicap zone. So,
But who cares? It's like if you're delivering a package, if you're in a wheelchair, you can wait 30 seconds. If it's a hospital and you parked in the ambulance
Elijah,
zone.
we live in a society.
We do live in a society. I just don't like people that are about into arbitrary guidelines, not understanding why they were made. Like people think men were made for rules, not rules were made for men. So it's like, well, the handicap's there to help someone to get quick access that can't go far away. If you're delivering a package, the assumption is you need quick access because you're on a trade route and you're literally in process. I feel like we should trade all handicap spots to being handicap and delivery spots for under 5 minutes. I don't think that's a problem.
Yeah, you make a good point. Yeah. I do like something about people who police other people. I think it's just because I never do it myself. It's like when I see somebody like butting in line and I'm always like so angry and I want to say something, but I usually don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's like every day. It's why I choose to be around less and less people as I move on with my life, because I think I enjoy humans less every day. That's a truthful statement.
Oh, this one. This is the one that's going to get the stream age restricted, just so you guys know. I looked this up. This was in Chicago earlier this week.
Just a black midget, right?
So it's like a group of black dudes confronting this older Asian gentleman on the train or the bus or whatever.
Just that down there. Let me see your ID so I can see your name. Stop playing, man. We're not playing with you, bro.
They're robbing him.
Oh my God, Charmaine. Oh, Charmaine.
So this bottle of wine came out of that guy's coat. And I've watched this video a couple times and he's like drunk, this old man. He's like an old drunk riding the bus with his bottle of wine. And I'm
not judging him. Sounds like a...
Yeah, no. And they're demanding he hands over his wallet.
Oh my God. Oh my. Charmaine, get back. Charmaine. Charmaine.
Wait 1 second, dude. Let it go.
Oh my God. Charmaine, get back. Oh my God.
This guy in the green looks like this looks like the I don't know, like I don't even know how to say it.
Peele guy.
Yeah, or something like that. They're kind of crazy eyed.
Charmaine, get back. Charmaine, get back. Oh my God. Oh my God. Charmaine. Get back! He's bleeding!
Get back! He's bleeding.
I think she said get back. He's bleeding.
Yo, what? What is I mean he has HIV or something? Like
Yeah, maybe something like that.
I don't understand. I'm on a roller coaster right now of content that I've never been on in a long time. And I will say that. So one thing I noticed about all the crazy people on the bus, what did you notice common about all of them?
Wearing jackets.
Yes, they're always in hoods. And when people are wearing hoods around you, keep your guard up always. Never let your guard down.
Yeah, don't relax.
Never relax. Because people in hoods are high propensities towards committing crime. And I feel bad for this Asian guy because, dude, like, I was going to say something that was going to get me in big trouble, but I'm just going to say there is this, like, sometimes people who are, don't have fathers in the home or people like that, like they don't even comprehend that they're hurt. Like they don't even understand their actions. I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm saying sometimes people can criminals in general can be so dumb in their own right mind that they just when you talk to criminals, a lot of times you go to like a penitentiary, go to things. I'm not talking about somebody who committed something intelligent, but like blunt, violent crimes type of thing. Sometimes they can't even comprehend basic sentences you're talking about, meaning there's like an issue with like education and understanding and general thought process. And so these petty criminals that, these hooded petty criminals, like they don't even like realize the pain they're causing. Like even if this guy's drunk, this could be, he could be having marriage problems and be on the bus and just drinking. He could have just gotten out of jail. He could literally just be an immigrant who's here and he's struggling. I mean, there's so many things why you'd be on a bus as an Asian, because quite frankly, if you're in a neighborhood of hooded fellows, I wouldn't ride a public bus in general if you can avoid it. Because things like this happen, but like you see this guy's bleeding, and then these people, all they do is just film it, and it's like these people are heartless, they're soulless, and it's
that's exactly what I was gonna say. Because then the next thing they do is they like run away. You know what I mean? There's no like nobody even suggests trying to get him some help. You know what I mean? They're like, we have to get out of here. We got to go. That's what.
Wait, let us out. I'm gonna get that. Charmaine, come on. Oh my God.
Be careful. There's a.
And he's probably really poor too, because he's not willing to use his clothes and he's trying to keep the blood off his clothes. He's not using his jacket to stop the bleeding. And so there's probably he could just be effed up and not know that he's bleeding. But I also think he could be poor too.
Yeah.
Wow, this is dark, man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they haven't arrested those people yet, according to the searching that I did this afternoon. But they're looking for those people that was in Chicago.
Sharp curve coming up. Hold on to the water. Sino para hablar de educación sexual.
Okay, did you see this one?
I heard about it on a tweet, but I didn't watch it. Is this? I think I know what this is.
This is. I believe it's in Spain, and she's talking about. Let me move this up too so people can see the subtitles. She's talking about. Well, you'll see.
Por ejemplo, que es un derecho de los niños y de las niñas, señoría, independientemente de quiénes sean sus familias, porque todos los niños, las niñas, les niñas de este país tienen derecho a conocer su propio cuerpo, a saber que ningún adulto puede tocar su cuerpo si ellos no quieren.
All right, so far, so good. Children have the right to know their own. I mean, that's a little bit weird. That's not a statement I never go around. I've never in my life said that children have a right to know their own bodies, because that's a little bit weird, but probably.
Yeah, but these are
fair
the
enough.
Spanish, right? The Spanish are a little bit interesting with sex, though.
Yeah.
Some of these
a lot
countries
of
are
those
a little.
Europeans.
Yeah, their age of consent is sometimes pretty low too, and they're like
Yeah.
they have interesting cultural ideas on sex that don't really jive well with American perspective, I would say.
Yeah, well, then she says no one can touch them, has the right to touch them without their consent, which is okay.
Si ellos no quieren, y que eso es una forma de violencia. Tienen derecho a conocer que pueden amar o tener relaciones sexuales con quien les dé la gana.
Children have the right to know that they can love or have sexual intercourse with whoever they want based on consent. Now that part there is a little bit weird, because it kind of implies that children could have sex with adults, which is not true. That is wrong.
Eso sí, en el consentimiento. Y esos son derechos que tienen reconocidos y que a ustedes no les gusta.
Today.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, I would put this into two categories. She's probably crazy for her country, and I would also say European countries have a view on human sexuality that Americans typically are not okay with in our own country. That's like, and like I think they're more free, like with nudity and everything in a lot of those countries, and so I think there's a different threshold, and she's probably considered nuts even for her own country. I don't imagine people are really supporting that. I don't. Is that? Do you know? I don't think so.
I don't think so. But I think that like maybe she didn't mean it to be. I don't want to like defend her because I don't know, but I'm just playing devil's advocate that it's possible that it sounded worse than what she was trying to say. Let me just do a quick search here and see if there's anything new on that. Okay, so here's an AP News article that says Spanish officials' comments on sex education mischaracterized. All right, so the fact checkers are here to give us the legislation.
I'm looking too.
Here. She said unwanted sexual contact between children and adults amounts to violence. She did not say sexual contact between those groups should be allowed or would be considered a right. Well, that's what it sounded like, but
yeah, I think because she's nuts. I'm just wondering if they sponsor this, because I mean, look, we have crazy people in our country too, right? And then we put them on the internet to laugh at them, and so somebody that's sort of saying. Because then what is she defining as children too? That's important. Like,
yeah, exactly. There's a lot of like potential.
I don't know. I just know the translation. You know what I mean? Like I don't speak that language, so I don't know what she's saying. So I don't know if it's translated. But I also would say if fact checkers are defending her, then she's probably wrong.
Right, and I think that translation is probably totally accurate.
Right. I'm looking. I don't see anything here.
I don't speak that language either, but I would bet that translation is accurate in so much as there's always a little bit of.
Because last night I was assaulted by a bartender here at Crab de Jour restaurant.
We'll call that, we'll leave that one as unverified for now.
An Asian man, because I told him that my food wasn't done properly to my liking and that I wanted to send it back, he proceeded to throw a lemon drop drink of alcoholic beverage that had lemon juice, Hennessy, salt around the rim. He threw it right in my eye.
You ready, Shawana? Yes, sir. Yes, you remember her? Yes. Her? Yes. You remember throwing a drink in her face?
I did.
You did? Why did you do that?
Well, she was actually making racial remarks. And I apologize.
You apologize to who? If she was making racial remarks, why were you the only one that got a ticket?
Sorry?
I'll say it again. If she was making racial remarks towards you,
correct.
Why were you the only one that got a ticket?
I don't know. I don't know what the police did. So So
They gave you a ticket, am I right?
correct.
For disorderly conduct, right? Okay, here's the thing.
Yes.
You disrespected this queen from our community by throwing a drink in her face.
I apologize.
You're apologizing now. You should have been reaching out to apologize to her before. Listen, man, here's what I want, and I'm going to tell you something.
Yes.
It's intolerable. It's unacceptable. You have disrespected this queen. You messed up her eye, man, by throwing that drink in her face, bro. And I want to shut you down. I want this business shut down. I want you arrested and charged with disorderly conduct. And until that happens, you're going to see us. Your shit is empty. And it should be that way. Black people should not be shopping here, man. Black people should not, nobody should be coming here. Why would you want to throw the drink in this girl's face, man? Why? Because you were angry, right?
No.
Oh, then why did you do it? Just tell me.
Where do you find this stuff?
I
She's
just,
definitely faking the eye injury. And also,
yeah,
dude,
yeah,
have you ever
yeah.
heard black people talk to Asians? I mean, not to mention what they do to Asians in the streets around the country, but black people are super racist to Asians in general. Like, I'm from LA, I remember this. Have you ever heard of something called the rooftop Koreans? They were literally battling off black people from their shops. Like, this is a huge problem that no one talks about, is that the tension, because black people ruin all their stores. And even when this 2020, they're always stealing from them and different things. And so then they go, oh, Asians are racist towards us. You go, no, it's because 98% of shoplifting in their shops is from black people. That's why they're mad. And so then it's like this woman, like, dude, you know that she was like, you didn't cook this, right, or whatever. You know, you ching bang, like slit eyed, blah blah blah. Like, you know how people like this get. And he probably just went, fuck you, and like splashed a drink in her eye, a little Hennessy, a little lemon juice. You wore an eye patch, okay, Jack Sparrow, you know. Jack Sparrito or whatever. I don't know what you're saying, but it's like, you go down here, it's like, and then this is what's crazy about black people. It's like, black people get together, like, no black people should be shopping here. Imagine if I did that. Like, white people should not be in this establishment.
Well, you know,
crazy.
What I was gonna say is, like, you gotta kind of respect the fact that they stick together like that and look out for each other. You know what I mean? Like, nobody takes there's no group of white people going down to the homeless shelter being like, why didn't you guys help when this white dude was getting hacked up with the sword? You know, like, white people shouldn't be volunteering in this homeless shelter anymore.
Yeah, should he have? I know people. Look, dude, I don't give a shit if it sounds horrible to people. It's the truth. I'm from the one of the main metropolitan areas. I've lived around a lot of different ethnicities, and the truth of the matter is like, yeah, I've been robbed by black people before. My brother has. I've had someone steal my car. There's a lot of criminal problems, and when you're at a store and you're Asian, do you know who keeps attacking the Asian people? It is black people on the streets. And so this guy, I mean, it's like, dude, if a black person was getting called the N-word by an Asian and the black person splashed a drink in their face, it would be justice. It would be the end of the world. And I love how it's always like, this is a queen from my neighborhood. She's probably a bitch and she's a liar. And dude, okay, it's like, it's always these ugly big fat guys that are simping the hardest for these chicks too. Always the ugliest people. It's like, dude, she's not like, it's like, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna get her attention now. And it's like, dude, it would have been okay if you just said about a person, like, no one from my community will be treated like this. But because you had to turn it into a gender issue, because you had to turn it into a racial issue, that's always the same shit. Everybody's a fucking victim, and that's always the problem. And it's like, she might have needed a little Hennessy in her eye, and maybe she'll feel better, because next time, you know, it could have been a racial slur. The next time she could have been hitting his head with a wine bottle like we saw in the truck. I mean, in the bus. I hate this, dude. I hate that the black community never acknowledges their problems and then acts like victims, because I feel bad for them, because they have real issues and they could solve them. And if they put the same anger and determination that they do into screaming Black Lives Matter and intimidating Asian bartenders into staying home with their families and building strong communities and getting woke preachers out of their churches, they might have a standing chance in finding some true recovery. But because it's everybody else's freaking fault, and they're always a victim. You give a racial slur, but it's his fault for reacting. It's like, this is why y'all can't get ahead, because you're fighting the wrong battles. And I wish you would do better for yourselves, because it sucks to watch you try and fail so often, and then Asians are always hurt in the process.
Yeah, I will. I guess I'll just, to play devil's advocate, if you throw a drink on somebody, that can be considered assault. So you should try not to do that, even if they are being really rude and annoying.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's always the victim. Like, this is way overblown.
He
got
agree.
a ticket.
I agree with what you're saying. Don't get
He
me
got a
wrong.
ticket.
I agree with you. Yeah.
So I'm saying, like, she complained, he got a ticket, case closed. Obviously, they didn't arrest him because he probably, the truth was, he shouldn't have thrown the drink, but she shouldn't have called them racial slurs. So then it's like, okay, we'll give you a ticket for, unruly behavior or something like that. And that's it. Boom. Case closed.
Yeah. I wonder if like the going around to businesses like that, if it's a kind of like a racket, like you got to give us money or we're going to like stand outside here and protest or something like that. I wonder what is the angle? What is it? Or is it really just like their sense of justice that drives them to do that? I don't know.
That was a gang.
Yeah. It's like a racial gang. Yeah.
Is that the same folks who tell us and told us that COVID's just a flu, that climate change isn't real, that January 6th was nothing but a tourist visit, are now trying to tell us that transgender people are not real. And I would say that their claim is probably just as legitimate as all their others, which is to say, not very much at all.
Did you catch all that?
Yeah, I've seen this. She does dress like she makes a lot of money. That's expensive designer clothing right there. You can tell that coat's stitched well. Those frames ain't cheap. She's got her eyebrows done. Her hair is nice and pulled back. You know expensive clothes because they look clean. Like you have this clean aesthetic. And she did her makeup and she has this minimalist perspective. And the only thing that's missing here is her brain cells. So do you think she's hot? Forward.
I mean, I'm a married man, so I try to avoid like getting into these, these topics.
No, I mean, people say she looks like a horse, and some people say that it's Cap, and people say that they only hired her because she was attractive. I don't think that's why they hired her. I think they hired her because she was a clone. Like, I don't think her looks at anything. Well, maybe, but I don't think it was the main. Like, I mean, she couldn't be ugly, but politics is Hollywood for ugly.
Well, I mean,
people,
technically, she got elected, right? It's not exactly the same as being hired, but
well, she kind of did get hired. I mean, she answered a
Yo 7 Mr. Elijah, I love you, brother. Sent $7. We would love to see you on Cozy. You are a friend, and I love you, and I think you have beautiful eyes. But please get on Cozy.
Woman.
Yeah, I'm not asking you details. I'm just wondering if you think that's why people like her, or if it's because she says what they want.
I mean, that's why I think that's like a part of like why she has like such a like big following on social media stuff. She's kind of an e-girl. She's like a politician / e-girl. You know what I mean? Even though she's not an e-girl, she kind of is. Like the way she does her Instagram lives, if you've ever watched any of those, like the way she talks to the camera, the kind of like looking directly and making eye contact and like waving her hair. It's very similar to like if you ever watch any of these other e-girls. So there's definitely a lot of people who are simping, I would assume, but then there's also just a lot of communists who like her for the communism part. So,
I've always been rather fascinated by Newton's first law, which states that an object in motion stays in motion. So I'll give you an example. As you can see, I am an object because I'm a woman.
What the fuck? What do you want to kill me? Wait, did you get on record? Yeah. What do you want to kill me? Hey, send me.
That's probably the most awesome thing I've ever seen the UK police do.
Did they screech in and did the whole maneuver?
Yeah. Play it for you one more time.
What the fuck? What do you want to kill me? Wait, did you get on record?
That was Obama's fault.
Elijah's manslave sent $3.
That's pretty cool. It's like a movie.
Please
Yeah.
come out of the closet for me.
This closet has a screen door
I
on
think
it,
that was
and everyone
they're
can
just being
already
funny.
see
Like,
we are
British
gay.
cops are quite hilarious.
Hey, send me that. What you want to kill me?
This is in China, and according to the Reddit post, I think I saw this either Reddit or Twitter. This guy's delivering food. This is like a Uber Eats in China. He is definitely not getting paid enough for that job. There's no way that technology is super reliable. Isn't that wild?
I'm trying to carry my okay, I should watch the show more because my thought process, like usually when I write a rundown for a show, I like see, okay, what could possibly connect? And this is the next level of like, this is hyperbolic Super Saiyan 4 content. Where these are just,
This show is powered by pure schizophrenia.
Yeah, I'm like, I need some pills
You can't write this stuff.
Like,
it's just
I'm
reality.
not drinking, but I feel like this is definitely a show where you need like 6 beers and maybe 6 shots before you start, and then it makes sense. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like that's like where it's like, I get it, because you have Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's like a Chinese communist, who's just like delivering her luscious looks as like food for the masses up my skyscraper. And then there's a guy traveling up a skyscraper to deliver food. That's my best connection. So now where are we next? Now we're at a school strike for climate.
Yeah, down in
this is crazy.
Australia or New Zealand or something.
For example. So we would have to apply to have like approved events to be able to fly for.
Well, that's one thing that you could look at doing.
Am I allowed to go to Fiji? Is that necessary?
In the current climate crisis, I don't think that that's necessary.
When was the last time you were on a plane?
I'm not sure. Maybe a few months ago, to be honest.
Where'd you go?
Fiji.
Izzy! Izzy! Don't you care about the climate, Izzy?
She must have known, right? I've watched this clip a few times now, and she's like, well, are we allowed to go to Fiji? And the girl's like, well, no, that probably isn't necessary. And then she's like, well, when was the last time you were on a plane? She must have known, the newscaster.
Yeah. Also, though, there's like a few main spots that the British like to travel to. So Fiji's probably, New Zealand. I think this is New Zealand.
Yeah,
right?
I think it's New Zealand. You can tell by the accent.
Yeah, sorry. But I was going to say that there's a few places these people like to travel to. They love Thailand. They love Fiji. They love all these types of tropical places. So I guess it probably wasn't that hard for her to go on her social media probably and find some posts as well. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Of course I care about the climate.
Not enough. You went to Fiji. Izzy, come on, mate. Are you serious?
After that clip, her mom like went and said that the media was bullying her daughter and this and that.
Yeah, maybe they were bullying. I don't know. Maybe she needed to be bullied a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe Nancy Pelosi needs to get bullied by.
Hey, here we go, man.
By dreamers.
Next clip. I'm not ready for it. So you have a bunch of illegals harass a sitting member of Congress, but if you did it on January 6th, then you're in jail for 2 years?
Yeah.
These are non-citizens, I'm assuming, dreamers?
Well,
which is another way for saying an illegal?
Somebody sounds really worried about getting deported, so they don't usually do that to the legal citizens, residents.
Wow. That was another rough cut to. I didn't know that happened though. I never saw that. That's interesting. At the media, I've been a little slow on social media recently. I've just kind of been kicking things started on this new independent road, and so I've missed a lot of the news cycles. Do you know when that occurred?
It would probably be in the last week or so. Let me see what we got here. Yelled at by. Let me see what comes up here. Oh, this thing is saying 2017, which is possible. It's, a lot of times I find clips and
they're old. Me too.
Yeah, it looks like this was from 2017 at a pro DACA event.
They're so old, Podesta won't even watch them.
All right, well, that's my bad.
No worries.
See this? Melbourne, Daytona Beach, all the way up to Jacksonville. This moves 20 miles to the west, and you and everyone you know are dead. All of you. Because you can't survive it. It's not possible unless you're very, very lucky. And your kids die too.
Isn't that, what's his name? Shepherd? Something Shepherd?
I don't know. I don't know who that is.
So this is in 2005? Or what is it?
I think, is
right there?
this old too? I thought this was,
I don't know, it says
because of in Florida, the hurricane in Florida, right?
I don't know. It just says
$3. Elijah, did you already talk about the movie Grab?
Since Wilma in
Just
2005.
joining in.
So this is recent. And Shepherd, what's his name? I don't remember what his name is. Does anyone know what it is in the chat? I'm gonna see if they know what's up. Yeah. So
one person
there's
says
that.
Shepherd is on CNN now.
Isn't that the guy?
Shepherd Smith?
I think so. Yeah, Shepherd Smith.
Shepherd Smith says you will die. Let me see this. Let's see. Fact check. That's from 2016. So that has been making the rounds. That's why they fact checked it this week.
That's pretty funny, though. I mean, Fox News is decently hyperbolic, so I completely understand the point of. Did he say that genuinely? They're all going to die, or did somebody just screw with him and that was just a joke? Because yeah.
He was saying that if the hurricane, if it moves 20 miles over and hits you in those towns, you're going to die.
I just didn't know that there's a Australian city in Florida.
Oh yeah, Melbourne. Yeah.
The West, and you and everyone you know are dead. All of you. Because you can't survive it. It's not possible unless you're very, very lucky.
It's not possible.
And your kids die too.
So that's a man wearing a prosthetic suit.
I just got left the most insane. Oh my! What in the? What is George Ventura doing? That's
George
crazy.
Ventura?
Yeah, from the Daily Caller. That's him.
Who is that?
He's a journalist, and he does this on the side. He dresses up in prosthetics Asian. He has a fetish. He's really no. I don't know who this is, but who does this? Have you ever wondered this stuff? I always ask myself this simple question of not who does this, then films it and puts it on the internet.
Yeah. I mean, it really makes you think, man. Like the crazy thing is when he's in the suit, he's more passing, than the average trans person. Like I don't know how realistic it looks in real life, but you could see somebody, especially somebody drunk at a bar, falling for that, going home with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the people who do this probably aren't the most well adjusted and don't maybe have good intentions for doing the things that they do.
So let me get expensive, bro. There's it sounds bad, but prosthetic things are typically expensive, like silicone and like suits like that. Even if you buy a nice mask at Party City, you're still spending like $150, $200 for something good. So you're buying a bodysuit like that. I mean, you got to be in some you got to be in some real freaky stuff. If you're walking around in an Asian, that's how you get assaulted in a black neighborhood.
It's straight. Every other month, we getting some police body cam footage of a nigga getting shot in his bed or shot getting out of his car. I just read an article about some white gang that done killed 2 niggas in a prison. Random niggas, white men killing black women that they meet on Craigslist and shit. You know.
Do you know about this?
What? Just what he's talking about?
Yeah, that white men are killing black women that they meet on Craigslist.
I've never been a black woman, so I don't know. But I didn't. Is this a real thing, or is he just capping because he's mad about crime statistics?
I think he's capping. I think he's doing what the kids call capping. I haven't heard a lot of stories about white men going around finding black women to murder on Craigslist and then getting away with it.
Yeah, there would already be a Netflix special if it happened. Like they would have made.
Yeah,
they would have had this made. It would have been in the.
I feel like you would hear about that. I feel like if it was a thing, I think you'd probably hear about it.
Just getting away with it. When do we change things? When do we start killing white people?
No,
because that's what they doing to us. When do we do an eye for an eye?
Every day in Southside Chicago.
More
it's called
nuance.
a Tuesday in Chicago.
Yeah. A lot of the videos of interracial violence I see, it seems like the black people are committing a lot of that interracial violence in the videos that I see. I know you can't. That's not data. That's not statistics, but
it doesn't happen on camera. It doesn't happen, right? It's like if a tree falls in the wild and it doesn't make a sound, did it really fall type of thing, and no one listens. So I don't know. I mean, if it's not on camera, did it really, the crime really happen?
Because people was like, well, we don't have, people are victims of this system. These white people don't got no motherfucking excuse. When do we start killing these crackers?
Whoa.
I don't need to know you did some crazy racist shit. I'm a microaggression. I'm willing to end your life at this point in my life.
He's capping. Oh, did you see this one? This is a big scandal. Big scandal rocking the competitive fishing community this week.
Fucking champ, dude. I mean, we all fucking knew it. What the fuck, man? Fuck yeah, they've been doing this whole fucking time. Hey, you got him.
Lead weights in the fish.
A filleted fish. Look at this is a fillet, yeah. A filleted fish. It's a walleye fillet. He needs to go to jail. You got anything to say, Jay? You call the cops. I got video. You got anything to say? Hey, you guys didn't refund all that fucking money.
I looked this one up. The prize money for this tournament was about $30,000 for first place.
So he put lead balls in his fish and then put fish fillets inside of it and sewed it back up so that they weren't going to figure this out?
I think he might have just rammed it down the throat. I feel like that would, I don't know enough about fish to know if that would work. But if you have to sew it up, that's gonna, you gotta think somebody's weighing the fish, so they're looking at the fish. So if you got something obvious like that, it's going to be likely to get a lot more likely than if you can somehow get it in there without cutting the outside of the fish. I think that'd be the way to go. He'd stuff them down the mouth. I would guess.
Yeah, that was did you hear about the chess player who got accused of putting something up his butt?
The white sports world has been rocked with scandals.
Yeah.
Last couple weeks.
Yo, Billy Joe is tripping. $30,000's a lot of money though.
Yeah.
So I guess
anytime there's money on the line, you got to think people are going to try to find some way to.
That's sad, man. That's a really. Is that the guy in the purple that lost? Where he's just like.
I couldn't say exactly who.
It's like run, dude.
Today, we brought in a group of...
Okay, so this one is the new conservative dating app, and this caused a little bit of a scandal on Twitter, a little bit of a stir.
Conservative young women and wanted to get their honest opinions about what they're looking for in the guys they...
So it was actually this woman was the one that a lot of people were commenting on. And then, so that caused a whole discussion. Did you see any of this on Twitter? No. Oh,
No, I told you I've been a little slow roll back in on the social media, so it's been taking me a little bit of time here. So what's going on?
Basically a lot of people saying she's fat, and then a lot of people saying that you shouldn't bully women on Twitter or whatever, which I kind of agree with. Like, I don't know if you necessarily need to like this specific woman make a big deal out of it, but that's what happened.
What's the point of this? Is this about weight, or is this just conservative women's opinion, or what is this?
No, so it's a new dating app for conservatives. And these are like the women that I guess they're trying to entice you with. I guess you could say it's like an ad. And then, it's just, people were just saying like, lots of comments. Like one of the tweets I saw said that like women think if they pull their pants up high enough, it'll hide their fupa.
Okay, all right.
so stuff like that, comments like that getting made.
To me, she just looks like you could look at the jawline. So she has a good jawline, and she has a round face. And I mean, while maybe she could, like everyone could lose some pounds. I don't see what's wrong with a girl that looks like this. She doesn't look fat to me. She could be wearing like some sort of a Decepticon type of strap around thing, that whatever that's called, that like fat fupa holder stuff. But for the most part, this just looks like a thicker girl. And I would say there's a lot of people I know who are in like, that's the kind of, they prefer this. So
so this is another comment I saw, which is that like,
why is that weird?
Guys have like psyoped themselves into convincing themselves that they're attracted to heavier women because skinny women are so rare now that they can't really compete.
No, that's like when you get, that's when you get in
the,
dude, that's when you get in the really weird side of the right wing, which I know a lot of people.
Yes, that is where this is
like
coming
where they get
from.
like it's like the same people who say like dating women's gay. Like it gets into this weird where like it's like a troll. Like, dude, yes, fat women don't date fat women, period. But like this girl is, one might say she's probably not every guy's type. And a lot of guys prefer a fit, thin girl, but dudes, this is not the same. This is what I would call plus sized, in traditional sense, not in the, and like, I'm one to rip into the fatties on my show and the fats overall. I wouldn't put this in the category. Like Lizzo looks like a potato with the toothpick stuck in.
Yeah.
In
morbidly obese. So if you were single, you would go out on a date with her.
She looks like she's trouble. Anybody who wears cheetah print and says they're conservative and puts on that much makeup and stuff is probably not conservative.
Good eye. Yeah. The cheetah print is a little bit of a red flag, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or at least a yellow one. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not.
Also, I was trying to get you. That's actually a man in a prosthetic suit.
Yeah. I thought I was wondering if that was a transgender.
Yeah, no, I'm just joking about that, obviously, but yes. No, I agree. Like if like I don't know her, and I think you raised a valid point about some of the yellow flags here, but if she is like a really good woman with a really good personality and good values, then I don't think that her looks should be a deal breaker.
Conservative girls on dating sites is the deal breaker. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, how do you meet people these days though, right?
If you're conservative, you're probably involved in your church. You're probably, if like big red flags is like girls that are really into themselves, too many selfies, like, that's like the idea of, I always say there is no conservatives in conservative circles because most of the real like conservative women are just at home, like raising
they're
their
not
kids.
on the internet.
They're just not on the internet in general.
Yeah.
The ones on the internet are just, whatever. They're just them. They're doing their thing. And I have no problem with that, but it's still like, there's a very, to me, this would be called like find a feminist light. Like that's what this website would be. Like somebody who's
Right.
feminist but wants to also not work.
Yeah. I met my wife on Twitter, but she doesn't post on Twitter. She has like a protected account that she just follows people with, and she DM'd me. That's how I met her. She slid into my DMs.
That's the same thing too. Like my wife had she never rarely ever uploaded. And then I had her go on more, and then now I've been like, nah, stay off of it. And she has like agreed too. But we met through Instagram. So I mean, but that was more just like a normal reach out, like, hey, love what you're doing. And then it was like, let's get married. But I mean, like, I'm talking about this, like a girl who's going on TV and being like, I'm a conservative. Like that's a grift.
Well, I mean, I think these are probably like paid actors to be fair, right? It's just an ad.
Yeah. The girls don't look like, I don't know. It's weird. Don't they have conservative? Can't you choose your politics on like Bumble already and stuff? Can't you?
Yeah.
Is that not a thing?
Probably. It's just another dating site. Really.
I'm Tiffany and I like Trump.
What are you looking for in a partner?
They just have to be a conservative. Definitely someone that wants to have kids. I like an independent man. Personally, I like the alpha male vibe. I want a man who really loves his family. Definitely someone whose faith is important to them. For me, it's someone who actually wants to meet my parents.
She said faith.
No, what about the seductive? Can you go back to that? I want a man who really loves his family. You're like, whoa.
Conservative.
Whoa.
Definitely someone that wants to have kids. I like an independent man. Personally, I like the alpha male vibe. I want a man who really loves his family. Definitely someone whose faith is important to them.
Yeah, she oversold that line.
These are actresses for sure.
Because for me, it's someone who actually wants to meet my parents.
Why do you want to date a conservative?
Now, do you have to have sex in a certain position because you're so big, and sometimes fat guys have a problem. They have
I'd love to see Elijah Schaffer join Cozy as a secondary or tertiary streaming platform if it doesn't inconvenience his future in politics.
Saw this one?
Well, this was a lot of projection here.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Fat people having a hard time having sex.
Yeah.
Bro, this guy hasn't even seen a treadmill in like 9 years.
Yeah, I know. When you see pictures of like him when you see him like from the lower waist down, he's like he's fatter than he looks. You know, he's really got some issues going on.
He's got you know what I want to say this about H3.
Speaking of fupas,
well, dude, but like, okay, this is the unconventional thing. I genuinely feel bad for this person because sometimes what I think people don't realize about the media world is that when you get what you wanted, it fucking sucks. And I've experienced that myself. And so like in a lot of ways in life, like, I mean, this happens even in junior high, right? In junior high, you go, I'm going to get into 9th grade and it's going to be awesome because you're the 8th grader and you're at the top. And then you get into 9th grade and what? You're the loser again. And so what happens is like these guys like H3, they really get to the top of like podcasting like this guy does. He gets money, the ads, all this shit. And then what he realizes is that once he gets there, he's miserable. And then now we're just watching him for like 2.5 years just completely implode on the most serious level, and nobody's offering to help the guy. Like, that's what I feel the most bad about. That's where I feel bad. He's surrounded by all these rich, successful people, but he's self-destructing, and it's slow than I've ever seen in my entire life. It's like we're going on like maybe 3 years now. It's been like a self-destruct, but he's also like never gotten help. He keeps getting fatter, more depressed, less creative, and he's still rich as fuck. And so he's not willing to give up the money. He's doing that thing where he's making a lot of money still, but he's sold his soul for the bag. And so it's like, I'm not saying I feel bad in terms of like, yeah, maybe he deserves it, but it's like, how many more people have to go through this? This guy's going to end up dying from like a drug overdose or like a heart attack from a 6 booster. Like, this guy's going to die.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like liberalism is like a mental illness, you know, like people say that, but that's really what it is. It's like he's convinced himself that all this politically correct stuff and like that he has to like hate on Jordan Peterson or whoever it is. He has to like adopt all these sort of virtue signal values, and it's like a denial of reality in some ways, and that like I think that eats at your soul, you know what I mean? I would say it's probably more that than the success, although maybe the fear of losing the success drove him that way, maybe there is like a censorship thing that people are, I don't want to get censored, so I'll signal that I have all the right values to the censors and this and that. But I think that like makes you depressed. Basically, that's what I think.
He used to be creative, though.
Yeah, he used to be funny.
I used to like H3. He was a little bit edgy, like back when there was guy humor. It wasn't political. Like we had, Spike TV, or we had different types of, even G4 back then, where it was just like dudes getting together talking about video games or just doing whatever. And then now he became this, not even woke. That's why we have to start breaking down these stupid statements. Like he's not even went woke. He just sold for the bag. And that's all I was going to say is like, I just feel bad because like you get to a certain level where beyond millions of subscribers and millions of dollars and stuff in terms of podcasting, there's not much further you can go. And unless you're like, no one that looks like that is happy. If you don't, like, if you're not happy, like,
well, and if you let your physical health go, that's going to cause a lot of depression too. Like that's like, is a spiral that you go down, cause like iDubbbz, he kind of went the whole, like, I'm going to stop being edgy route, but now he's boxing. And so he's probably a lot less depressed than Ethan just cause he's physically healthy at least. Right.
Yeah.
Go into a certain position because you're massive, right? So and also I don't know how well endowed you are, but like what's the situation with your what position do you have to go in a position, or are you guys fully flexible because you're both very muscular?
Here's the thing, never talk about my wife in this context.
Here's the thing, and he was gonna say something like and he's just like, you know what, fuck it, no. Don't talk like that.
Yeah, I think that was like, it was largely projection on Ethan's part because he's probably like, he's obviously talking about himself. Like, sometimes fat people can only do one position. Let me guess, Ethan, are you lying on your back? Not that this is something I ever wanted to picture, but that's what it is. Come on.
No, I know.
So it's projection, but then also I think it's like, this will be funny if I talk about Liver King having a small dick, not being well endowed or whatever. And
and he's really small as a dude, but like there's interesting science about different body parts. I was like, my background's in biology, people don't know, and it's not like there's this correlative because he's a short, stocky guy that he's got a chode. Like he could be completely opposite, right? I mean, it's more racial and like hemispheric in where you are even geographically in certain genes, not like you're just a short, stocky dude. And then like to ask a guy about his wife's
is your dick big enough for you to like have?
You're not porn star. Like if him and his wife were porn stars, I totally get it.
Right.
But like his wife's not famous. Yeah. And then like, have you never just been like, dude, I can't talk like that about my wife. Like, even if you weren't like,
totally.
I can't tell you my wife's favorite sex position on a podcast with millions of subscribers. I didn't know if you knew that, but
yeah.
Oh.
It's over, Iran. Once the Femen protesters come out.
Is that Iran? What country is this?
This is Iran. You know what's happening in Iran, right?
That's with those buildings in the back are in Iran?
Yes. I believe so. Oh, actually, now that
I feel like these girls would be shot if they were in Iran.
Actually, maybe you're right.
No one's in Iranian clothing, so this has to be in a Western country like France.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I messed up because this was Syrian girl tweeted this, and
Syrian girl, reliable number one source. No offense, nice person, I think maybe, but
you know what?
Kind of off on the sources a lot.
Good eye, actually. Like, look at the buildings. You're like, right. This looks like it's more like in France or somewhere in Europe.
Believe it or not, other than shit posting and making putting dumb memes on the internet, I've worked a lot as a reporter on the site, so you just have to like make sure you grab the little details. But this, I feel like the detail wasn't the buildings; it was if you're showing your titties in Iran, you should probably get capped in the head.
Yeah.
I just think
some people are dying in Iran. But for doing less, for not wearing their hijabs properly and stuff like that.
8, 7, 6,
Wait, what happened?
So he got shot out of a cannon, but he missed the net.
Wait, try to play it one more time. I missed that.
Yeah, it kind of lagged there a little bit. Let me.
Oh.
It's kind of hard to see exactly what happened.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, he hit his head on the metal. You could die like that.
Yeah.
Oh. Did we watch someone die? I mean, what is going on here?
Don't know. We'll assume he's probably okay, guys.
Hey, I'm gonna have to bring you on. I'm gonna have to, because I'm just getting rolling, so I just have a new episode of the show out every Thursday right now. But I'm getting rolling on locals with some live streams. I got to get you on some live stream, because if you're into, like, if you just want to talk about weird shit sometime for a couple hours, I got to get you on, because I've never met anyone as willing to go in this direction. And your chat loves you. They're like, Elijah actually dumbfounded experiencing a good live stream for once. Yeah, exactly. I've been around too much networky stuff in the last few years. Everything's so TV-ish and commercial breaks.
Yeah. Your show's always been like really polished and professional like that. Yeah, I'm totally on my own. I got no team, nothing.
No, fuck yeah, but I mean, like, what I'm liking about this is that's how I started, with just on YouTube. And of course, like, well, it's not my choice to do it like that. I mean, that's just how things have like gone. And then I'm like back to the root of like people who are willing to look at shit that's like, how many shows can I go on and watch the same clip of Biden before I just want to off myself, versus watching a guy hit his head, get shot out of a cannon, like, and watching people fly in the air, deliver pizza. Like, it's like, I'm enjoying myself. I feel like I'm like back to what the internet was supposed to be. How do you keep these on YouTube is my biggest question.
So I've been doing the show for like 5 years, and originally it was like, I wouldn't do this commentary stream. I just put the clips together and put it online, but YouTube hates that. And a whole bunch of them got struck down, kept getting strikes over and over. So I eventually stopped doing it. Now I just put that version on Odyssey or Cozy or Rumble or BitChute, and I do this, like, the commentary version. Like, this is like an edited version, and I keep it pretty safe. The video of the guy getting hit on the bus was like kind of up on the line. But I think that's probably okay. Maybe an age restriction. YouTube is like, you can get away with a lot more when you're giving commentary on stuff. But if you just show it, then they give you like a graphic violence.
Dude, not me, dude. I've recently got like 2 strikes in one day. I had a video that never published, that was on private, that I didn't put up because I thought it was too vulgar. And it wasn't like crazy, but I just thought that I just was like, hey, this might cause trouble. So I didn't even name it or title it or put a thumbnail. And I got a strike for a private video that never published and never was going to publish.
But you were doing commentary in the video?
It was a full like, there's been so many podcast episodes we've done and just went, well, that can never hit the internet, because it was just like, that was way too freaking, I mean, I think one of the most I've had some people on where like the episodes, it wasn't even my choice, got axed. And there was nothing I could do about that. I think one of the most famous people that was on my show, Slightly Offensive, the episode got axed and I didn't have a choice about that. Who was one of the good people? Okay, I found like an idiot, but the dude who taught his dog to Sig Heil.
Oh yeah, Count Dacula.
Yeah. Sorry, I always remember his name, but he changes it like every week on Twitter. To like the Pope or something. I love Count Dacula. But I remember he was on, and I don't know what happened. Like, we finished the episode, and I never saw it show up on my channel, and I was like, "What happened to that?" And they're like, "Oh, it went away." So that's like one of the forbidden ones that they're like, "Nah, YouTube reviewed it and didn't like it." There was some talk about certain types of people in there, and YouTube was like, "Nah, we're gonna strike this." So the hidden tapes of Count Dankula, I wish that could have went on. That was funny as hell. I was dying.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, they might get me someday. Right now I have no strikes, so I'm in pretty good standing, but I am demonetized. Like, I'm not in the partner program, But
me too. I'm demonetized. Yeah. But I was gonna say, why'd you get demonetized?
So at first it was for third-party content, and that's what I was still doing the clip show. That was like 6 months ago or something. And then I said, I'm going to make a new channel to do the clip show. We set it up under my wife's name, and that channel got banned, not for strikes necessarily, but for spam and deceptive practices. And then,
that's weird.
And then I reapplied, and after like 4 months, they got back on my application and they said no because of hate speech at that time.
Really?
Yeah. Or like hateful / derogatory content or whatever. So now I've reapplied again, and I deleted a bunch of some videos, and it's a struggle to try to get back in.
Yeah, it's hard to get back in. I'm looking, people love you in your chat, so that's awesome.
We all out here in this world, and we all got to make it happen. It ain't nothing.
Are you okay for, we got about a little bit left to go. Well, it looks like we've got about 10 minutes left of clips, but I know I told you 90 minutes, so we're like way behind schedule. So
let me real fast. I'll tell you right now, because I know that I have to get on. I'm going to be doing some traveling, and I'm talking to I have a meeting with this person. Let's see, what time do you want to chat? Cool. I'm just gonna ask him. Keep going, and if he says 15 minutes, then we'll just keep going. Let's finish the clips.
Stopping me, so like I'm very hopeful and confident.
After this interview, Ashif sent a picture of his penis to our producer.
So Vice did like a documentary on sex offenders and like how they need to like be destigmatized and rehabilitated and all that. And that was one of the dudes sent a dick pic to one of the producers.
So the United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. And it is an alliance that is strong and enduring.
Oh, I heard that the other day. Here we are, guys,
so
threatening us. He's worried about the ocean will rise 1/100% over the next 300 fucking years.
That grandma's that's the highlight of where she's like, oh, yeah. George, he said the word. And it's like,
why you gotta like swear sparingly, because it's so much better when it's like you drop the rare F-bomb and everybody's like, whoa, 300 fucking years.
Yeah. Look at that woman. She is mortified. Whoa. She can't believe it.
It's crazy. These people are crazy.
Oh my dork! Someone get Dolores a Diet Coke.
Maybe if you have to go, maybe we should do the super chats, and then if we have more time, we can keep going. There's not very many. There's only like a few super chats.
How do you take super chats?
Let me see here.
Streamlabs or something?
Yeah, Streamlabs, and I also have Power Chat. Let's see here. Reload this real quick. Huggus sent $3 and said, I'd love to see Elijah Schaffer join Cozy as a secondary or tertiary streaming platform if it doesn't inconvenience his future in politics.
I've been told that there's a home for me there, but I think I'm going to try this thing fully independent at the moment, and as of right now, we will see. But I support independent streaming and everything that people are doing on these other alternative platforms.
Yeah, all the power. You're doing the locals thing. It looks like.
I'm on. Well, I'm on locals. I'm on YouTube. I can get deleted tomorrow, so I'm counting my blessings here. But I think I told people I got offered some really awesome positions off the bat at some other companies and networks, which I want to say to the people that offered those to me, if they ever hear this, thank you so much for coming around and totally offering to hook me up with amazing opportunities. I turned them down just because I really want, I mean, it's going to take me, a couple months to get really rolling, and you know how this works to get everything kind of up to par. Yeah. But I think things are going to ramp up a lot quicker. And I finally got my other part of my set reset up here, got the sound working, got the nice cameras put in permanently. And, we're going to get the polished look, got the controllers. And I thank everyone for supporting the show in a time when the world kind of sucks. So it's awesome. I mean, in general, it's a hard season of life for everyone. The elections are coming up, so I appreciate it.
Do you have a future in politics, Elijah?
I've never had. No, I'm a little too fucked up. I mean, I've just been a little too crazy my entire life, and I wouldn't want to do that to my family or anything. They just railroad you for every little thing you've said or done. I've said too many crazy things, done too many crazy things in my life, probably to ever have an honest shot. And I think career politics is rigged in general. And you have to be sort of a puppet. If you work in the background, if you see how corrupt it really is, you don't really need to work in here to just know that. But when you actually work and you see how phony everything is really with the money and the transferring and how it all works and how it's just sort of like a narcissistic grift, I wouldn't want that for my family. If God even willed it, that's just like, I would stay away the hell away from that.
Yeah. Okay. Understood. Let's see. Somebody anonymous sent $7 and said, "Yo, 07, Mr. Elijah, I love you, brother. We would love to see you on Cozy. You are a friend and I love you. I think you have beautiful eyes, but please get on Cozy." I just joined Cozy, so we're streaming there now, so that's why we're getting a lot of comments.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Cozy's a good. Cozy and censored.tv are great. So I think censored, I don't think you just stream on there, but I think it's awesome what Nick has built with his community and like the idea. And I, amongst many people that have been really, like supportive or whatever, I think a lot of people have, and I don't think anyone's been more persecuted for like jokes than that guy. So I feel bad, that sort of, he's like a young dude and he's a young adult, and people have sort of, ascribed to him a boogeyman title that he's like so much worse than like he could even ever try to be if he wanted to. It's really sad how people have really slammed that kid.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to be here on Cozy. It works good. That was a problem. I was only streaming on Odyssey, and we had some lagging and buffering issues there. Although I think Odyssey's a really cool site too. It's anyone that's actually doing free speech is cool in today's day and age.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got a few troll comments here. I don't know. I'm not gonna read. I don't think I'm gonna read these. I'll read one of them. Okay, you ready?
I don't think I'll answer them if they're troll comments.
Okay, we'll just read one of them just so that no people don't complain too much. This one said, this is from Elijah's manslave, and it says, "Elijah, please come out of the closet for me. This closet has a screen door on it, and everyone can already see we are gay."
I told you, I've on Nick Ricada's stream, I came out as gay 6 months ago. So
there you go.
So you're welcome. And also, it's not a closet, it's a broom closet, and that's where we film our show. Everyone's welcome to join. It's a lot of fun in here.
Yeah, there you go.
I actually got a comment by Greg Grosskreutz. Wait, what's his name? Greg Grosskreutz?
Gage.
I don't even know his freaking name.
He's trying to change his name. That was a story that came out today.
Yeah. I forget, but I got a comment. Somebody, Gage Grosskreutz. I can't even say it. His Gage Grosskreutz missing bicep muscle.
Yeah.
Commented on my stuff and said they supported me, and I was like, man, you can't even support your own arm, but you could support me. Thank you so much. So I'm not against random troll comments because we all wonder what happened to that bicep, and apparently it became a supporter on my locals. So
yeah, that guy, he comments on my videos sometimes too. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Dude, I gotta say, nobody takes the cake though on more like, I love how on Telegram, it's a much more extreme group of people that I love, that like their names are just like, it's even deeper. It's not even like the Grosskreutz missing bicep. Their name's just capital N, just
somebody in the chat is saying you're married with kids, like question mark, which just to clarify for anybody who's confused, you are married. Yeah. And
I don't have any kids yet, but I will say, yes, I'm married, but it's the internet, man. You gotta have fun and you gotta have fun. Sometimes that fun happens in a broom closet.
Okay. So do you want to watch a few more video clips and we'll call it a night?
Sure thing.
New Aveeno Kids, created for big kids' sensitive skin and still developing hair. It's easy squeezy. I can do it. Because every can-do moment leads to another. A ballerina astronaut? Awesome! New Aveeno Kids.
I fucking hate this world so much.
Yeah.
I hate this.
Why?
Mixed race kid, mixed gender activities, also Aveeno Kids. It's probably poison, probably gives your kids cancer. It's like liquid death in a bottle for your mixed race kid that thinks it's a boy, it's a boy girl thing with a triangle and squids in the back. Okay, next. I don't want this.
Do it.
Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power!
In this country, who built this country? We are the Black Americans that have a lineage that built this country. Off of blood, sweat, and tears in the midst of terror. We want our reparations, damn it!
Now, right now. Oh, shit. Yeah. Reparations.
Do not dare make the mistake in thinking you will get our vote simply because we believe in exercising our Second Amendment. Yes, I'm talking to you, Ted Cruz and Governor Abbott. Don't think we are standing with you because we are against illegal immigration. We mean business today, and our business is tangibles. Reparations is a restorative justice claim.
Question
and
mark?
that's owed to our ancestors that built this land with their blood, sweat, and tears.
We all we got. We all we need. We all we got. We all we need. We all we got. We all we need. We all we got. We all we need.
We don't have a problem with immigration itself, but we do have a problem with illegal immigration because a lot of times jobs are taken away from black people because of illegal immigration. If you go into subdivisions, brand new build subdivisions, all the employees who work there are Mexicans. There's no black people that work there. I mean, every single employee is a Mexican. You go from subdivision to subdivision and you see the same thing. Factory jobs, illegal immigrants work there. So black people are locked out from employment due to illegal immigration. So we want to stop illegal immigration so black people.
What was the Little Mermaid doing out in the streets of Baltimore? I don't know. That's Ford Fisher, so that's got to be near DC, right? So who's filming? That's Ford. He's a good journalist.
Oh, was that the news to share or whatever?
Yeah, it's Ford. That was Ford Fisher.
You're talking about these ones, right? The black ones?
Yeah, I think that's Ford Fisher. Well, I mean, I know Ford Fisher's not black, but I know he's pretty ballsy, dude. Oh, it's Kaylin Dalmeda. Do you know this guy? We used to be roommates in LA.
This guy?
Yeah.
Huh.
Now he works for Turning Point.
Nice.
He works for he works for Drew, the show. You know the show?
Yeah, Drew Hernandez. Yeah, you mentioned him earlier.
Good
right?
show. Yeah. All right. What is he saying here?
Whether or not something like this should be is appropriate. I'm trying to figure out where you guys stand on it. Saying that you don't have an answer, you either do or you don't. That's the
enough information to have. Yeah, we need more facts. We're attorneys, so we don't just we're not going to give you a.
We're not going to say yes or no like
facts.
Nothing's black and white.
Yeah.
Like, I'm only going to make one more comment. I hate the concept of Western culture. I find that in itself problematic.
But you enjoy it, right? Because you live here.
Nothing further.
You enjoy it, right? And you've got education here, and all the attorney schooling that you have is within the Western context, right? Right. Because why don't you just throw your law degree in the garbage?
It's such a kid. That's pretty good. It's always these bitchy women that are always complaining the most about America. It's like you've eaten a little too much American products in the last few months, ma'am.
Too. Yeah, I'm glad we made it to this clip because this one's amazing. This one really says a lot about society.
Let's go.
What happened in the hunger event today? The president appeared to look around the room for an audience member, a member of Congress who passed away last month. He seemed to indicate she might be in the room. What happened?
So the president was, as you all know, you guys were watching today's event, a very important event on food insecurity. The president was naming the congressional champions on this issue and was acknowledging her incredible work. He had already planned to welcome the Congresswoman's family to the White House on Friday. There will be a bill signing in her honor this coming Friday. So, of course, she was on his mind. She was of top of mind for the president. He very much looks forward to discussing her remarkable legacy of public service with them when he sees her family this coming Friday.
He said, "Jackie, are you here? Where's Jackie? She must not be here."
No, I totally understand. I just explained she was on top of mind. This wasn't what we were able to witness today, and what the president was able to lift up in this at this conference, at this event, was how her focus on wanting to.
Do you know? I think they killed her. Have you looked into that? I think they murdered her. The dead congresswoman. Yeah, because it was a semi truck, from my understanding, head-on collision.
Chat.
And it killed everyone in the car, and it was just seen as like, oh, and they said it was her fault that she veered into randomly in the middle of like the day or whatever, just veered into the opposite lane and then got plowed and killed everyone in her car, including her aides, and they wiped out her office. And so when like a sitting congressperson just gets wiped out in a car accident, and like it was in a way that you couldn't survive. There was no like, oh, a drunk driver clipped the back end and she spun out and hit her head on the steering wheel and the airbag didn't deploy, which could still be rigged. I'm like pretty confident, and I rarely make predictions, that she was murdered. And that's why I think that was more sinister than just the "where's Jackie" thing. I think it was "where's Jackie?" like, fuck you. I think it was a message to somebody. That's what my personal thought process was. I've always thought they killed her.
Wow. So yeah, I haven't looked into that at all, so I don't really know anything about that. But to me, it's just amazing where you like, to me, so yeah, Biden, he's obviously got some kind of dementia, early onset or early stages rather, or whatever. And he's saying this like thing that shows his mental decline, and then just blatant lying about it in the press conference, just totally deflecting. There's no way Biden's going to run in 2024.
He can't even walk in 2023.
Yeah. I mean, they can't after that, like, everybody watching that understands that she's lying, that she's just like covering for him, right? Like, that's not fooling anybody, right?
No. I was going to say,
so that makes you wonder, why do it? But then you think, well, what is she going to do? Admit that the president is losing his marbles?
Are you guys both on?
I was going to say, I think I need to jump off.
What do you think about Torben? Sent $3. Do either of you guys have any thoughts on Ryan Dawson with the ANC report?
Even though it's a little late here. How many more clips do we have, by the way?
So there's 5 minutes left worth of clips. We don't have to do it all. This one's really short, so let's
watch this one.
You know, people come on my lives on here and tell me that I'm fat. They're wrong, because I'm not fat. I'm morbidly obese.
You like that? You gotta be careful with those filters and those MySpace angles, guys. I'm telling you. You see the close-up picture of the girl, be careful. You gotta see the full body shot. If you shouldn't be on Tinder in the first place, but if you are, you got to be careful.
Yeah, poor girl. The cellulite is bad on this one. Looks like a pumpkin.
Yeah, I mean, she did it to herself. Probably.
Yeah, it's those SSRIs. It's all those pills she's taking, messing up her hormones. It's the plastics in her makeup and stuff. It's poisoning her brain.
All right, man. You want to call it a night?
Yes, sir. What a blessing it was. A big fan. Specifically, I follow your Twitter very closely, and I find it to be absolutely phenomenal, and I use it even as source content because I find it to be amazing. And so it was an honor to be on one of the, I didn't even realize we were live when I was like spilling coffee on myself. So this was the greatest ride I've ever been on, in terms of a long time. And so thank you to the audience and to your people who support you. And that was a totally great time, dude.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. And did you want to plug your locals or whatever? You want to let people know what you got planned?
Yeah, you can keep up with what I'm releasing because it's everywhere right there, ElijahSchaffer.locals.com. And I just post links to what I'm on. I tried to post a link to this. I don't know why it didn't post. I'll have to post a clip or whatever. But I also just follow me there. And you can also follow me on YouTube, Slightly Offensive, as well. New episodes out every Thursday in Clips. There's a Clips channel, etc. Check it out. And I'll also keep getting in trouble for random shit. So let's just hope that we're on air for as long as we can.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, man. Thanks so much for doing the show. I had a great time. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll catch you all on the flip side. Peace out.